From the moment Jesus called Judas Iscariot to be one of his 12 disciples, Judas walked in the inner circle of the Messiah, witnessing miracles that defied nature, water turned to wine, storms silenced by a word, the dead rising at Christ's command. Yet beneath his outward loyalty festered a heart enslaved to greed, for though he carried the money bag and was entrusted with the resources of the group, he was, as John 12:6 reveals, a thief who stole from what was given to support their ministry, his fingers clinging to coins even as his ears heard the teachings of the one who owned the cattle on 1,000 hills. For 3 years, Judas followed Jesus, listening to parables about the kingdom of heaven, watching as the blind saw and the lame walked, yet his soul remained unmoved, his faith a hollow performance, his allegiance conditional, until the turning point came when Mary anointed Jesus' feet with expensive perfume, worth a year's wages, and Judas, cloaking his outrage in false piety, protested that it should have been sold for the poor, though his concern was not for the needy but for his own pilfered profits, and from that moment, Satan entered his heart, John 13:2, twisting his disillusionment into treachery. For when the chief priests sought a way to arrest Jesus quietly, Judas seized the opportunity, bargaining with the enemies of the Messiah, selling the Son of God for 30 pieces of silver, the price of a slave, Exodus 21:32, fulfilling the prophecy of Zechariah 11:12-13, his betrayal sealed with a kiss in the Garden of Gethsemane, a gesture of intimacy turned into a weapon, the signal to the armed mob that this was the man they sought. And as Jesus was bound and led away, Judas watched, perhaps expecting his teacher to fight back, to unleash divine wrath and claim an earthly throne. But when instead Christ submitted silently, the weight of what Judas had done crashed upon him, and in a frenzy of remorse, he hurled the blood money back at the priests, crying, "I have sinned, for I have betrayed innocent blood." Matthew 27:4, but their cold reply, "What is that to us?" left him stranded in his guilt, his repentance too late to undo the irreversible, his soul drowning in despair with no hope of redemption. For unlike Peter, who wept bitterly after denying Christ but found forgiveness, Judas chose the path of self-destruction, hanging himself in a desolate field, his body later bursting open, Acts 1:18, a grotesque symbol of the spiritual ruin that comes when sin is met with regret but not true repentance. His legacy stands as a chilling warning, that one can walk in the light of truth and still choose darkness, that proximity to holiness is no guarantee of faithfulness, and that the love of money, the hunger for control, and the refusal to surrender pride can corrupt even those closest to divine grace. Yet in Judas' tragedy, we also see the sovereignty of God, for even this act of betrayal was woven into the redemption of the world, proving that where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more, Romans 5:20. And though Judas' story ended in ruin, ours need not, if we turn to Christ not with the hypocrisy of a follower who sells him out, but with the brokenness of a sinner who knows there is no hope apart from his mercy.